Is that good?
I think so.
I think we're good.
Yep,
Oh,
somebody's on.
somebody-
Hey guys, let us
somebody
know
up.
if you could see us okay, if you could hear us okay.
I think, well, we got one person on here. It is a holiday weekend.
Yep.
Maybe they're not that. I mean, we could have like a Janet Jackson Super Bowl moment here,
I almost just did.
and get this video.
We've been trying to make this video for
Hold.
2 weeks, so we had to strip while the iron was hot, but baby boy didn't want to have anything to do with that. Can you hold this up for a second?
Sure. Imagine that he's hungry. Kind of always hungry. Kind of like the two of us.
Good.
Right? Wakes up, whines a little bit,
I did get
needs to be
a couple of people sent me nursing covers, which I love, 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 but they're both in the wash, so we had to do the next best thing.
So we're improvising at the moment.
We are. Okay, but anyway, we're just kind of wasting time waiting for people to hop on. But we wanted to answer a question that we got from one of you guys, which I thought was awesome. Go ahead.
Very good question. And it was something along the lines of, and kind of took a little bit different approach here, right? It was along the lines of, what are some of the things that I'm doing currently, or habits that I brought home from prison? And, you know, I think that the question was meant as an inquiry about, like, what are those crazy things that people bring home from prison, like the habits, like putting silverware in your pocket. I gotta be honest, I haven't had any of those issues. Like, those are not habits that I brought home.
Why do you put silverware in your pocket though?
Because when you go over to the dining hall, you generally bring your own and you put it in your pocket.
Did they not give you any?
Not usually.
What are you
Well, it
supposed to eat with
depends.
your
Like, you
hands?
bring your own. Like, they have a spork. Like,
Oh, I
nobody
see.
wants
Okay.
to use a spork, so you bring your own.
Okay.
You put them in your pocket,
Okay.
right?
Sorry, I interrupted
It's just
you.
normal. It's what you get used to. It's funny, right? Like, after all these years, still learning. So,
Yeah.
still questions. No, but this morning, I went out. You know, I'm always challenging myself. And for me, the key to getting through all that time, 20 plus years, was to strengthen myself mentally. And I realized that through physical challenges, by constantly doing things that other people said that I just couldn't do, or things that, I gotta be honest, sometimes I questioned myself. I was like, wow, I don't even know if I can do this physical challenge. Like when I ran out and I did the 30 miles, like that was just crazy. So I always have that in the back of my mind. Like, those are reference points that I have. And for me, that's what I brought home. I brought home all of the habits that served me well over the course of 20 years, but like they were refined over time. There's things that I do, you know, on a daily basis. My morning routine when I get up, you know, I spend some quiet time. Even now, like, I make it a point, I don't just pick up my phone right away. Like, I need that time, that peace of mind to myself, collect my thoughts, my morning meditation and prayer, and then I dive in, you know, and then I get moving. And I always begin the day with physical activity. I do that every day, and it served me very well. It kept me in good health. It's been a priority in our lives, in our relationship. And it's something that, I mean, from the very start, we were both passionate about fitness, but it was something that we got to share as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I would do a workout, or I'd write something and I'd send it to her, and then she would do it. And that was part of our communication on a daily basis. And it was a level of connection. Those are the things that I still do. And although, especially now with CJ having a baby at home, you know, a lot of people question, they're like, well, how are you going to be able to work? You're not going to have time. You're not going to get sleep. You're not going to do this. You know, the things that we've set as priorities for ourselves, and those habits that I've had that are so deeply ingrained that make sure that those priorities remain priorities, like I still do that. So last night when we're laying there in bed and because I had planned I was supposed to meet up with somebody this morning, and that didn't pan out. So I said, what am I gonna do in the morning? She said, are you gonna climb the mountain? We have a mountain in our backyard, so of course I gotta go climb it, right? She said, are you still gonna go climb it? I said, well, I had this idea. I said, I'm thinking about climbing all 3. Now there are 3, and they're in relatively close proximity, and I say relative. You know, I would even challenge others. If you want to do all 3 with me, I'll let you drive in the car from one to the other. So that's to kind of maybe level the playing field, right? But anyways, like, that's a habit of me setting those crazy challenges. And I know when I said it, she was like, you're gonna do what? You want to go climb all 3?
But then you upped your own ante.
And I said, I'm gonna do it in 2 hours. So
Climb up and down 3 mountains, and you didn't go bing, bing, bing. You went bing, 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 and there's a few miles between.
well, it was a total of 7.5 miles by the time I was done. And I did it. I reached the peak. Let me just clarify. I reached the peak of the 3rd one in 2 hours. It took me a little bit. By the time I got back down and finished the loop, the 3rd one's the hardest one. You know, it took me a little bit longer. But then I got back here and got my 2 favorite workout partners. We went outside. She did her workout. Well, I stayed with CJ. And then we went over to the pool. But I'm saying, like, those daily habits, those are the things that I brought home from prison with me. And they're things that, like I said, served me well on the inside. And so I still do them now. And as odd as certain things might seem, you know, to people on the outside, that guys do when they're inside, or women, you know, that they get into these routines, I'd be careful, like, not to discourage them, like, to break that routine, like, you're out of prison, like, you don't need to do that anymore.
I think that's people's own limiting beliefs.
Exactly. And it definitely is. I got another text today from a friend because I sent a picture of us from the pool, and he's like, oh man, that 6-pack, good luck with that. That's not gonna last. You got a little one. And what he was saying, and I don't think he meant it this way, and it probably wasn't even conscious, but I get those things all the time. Like, that was before I got out. Well, you got all day to work out in there. Wait till you get out. Well, it's a priority. Like, I still do it first thing every day to make sure that look good, feel good, do good. You know, like, that's our personal mantra. Like, that's what we live by. It's a priority for us. So yeah, I did. I brought a lot of things home from prison. And they've been serving me very well thus far, I'd say.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify something, that the workouts that you're talking about that you brought home aren't just physical challenges. Yes, they're physical challenges, but I think you need to drive the point home, and the lesson for all of us is that it's the physical challenges that build that mental stamina, and that's what you brought home with you.
Well put. That's very well put, because, yeah, that's very well stated. As I started off saying that those physical challenges on the inside helped me build the mental fortitude that I needed to get through, like, when things got tough, you know, and it wasn't just being paranoid, when it felt like everyone was against us, because there were times where they actually were. That's the reality. There were people that were doing things, like, just to try and sabotage our success. As unfortunate as that is, that's just a reality. And I don't think we would have made it through it had we not conditioned ourselves physically to build that mental fortitude to make it through those times. So that was the foundation. Like, it wasn't just the fitness. It was everything that came out of the fitness, all of the benefits that we gained from that. And that's the biggest thing. Now, it's easy to get to the other side and become complacent. You know, I could very easily be like, well, I've got too much work to do, and this is my focus now, and, you know, I really don't have time to work out. I don't need to work out as hard as I did when I was on the inside. But for me, it's about staying mentally sharp. I know that by constantly challenging myself physically, I'm gonna stay mentally sharp. I'm gonna keep pushing, because like our vision, our goal wasn't just for me to get home. That was just part of it. That was like right here. Like there's still all this that goes up to here, and we're really just getting started on that.
Had to move a mountain, now you climb mountains.
Right? It's all about that mountain.
I think a really fun challenge would be to challenge you guys to find something that is right outside your comfort zone and to tackle it this week. And that's how you build the mental stamina. It's physical strength as well, but the mental stamina that Adam has worked so hard to build while he was on the inside, that I worked so hard to build while I was on the outside waiting for him to come home. And this little guy, and his little dolphin legs, he already has that gene.
He's so strong.
He's so strong, so we swaddle him at night, and he does not like his arms in, and he will basically Houdini himself out of any swaddle, but like you literally hear him. You hear him groaning, grunting to get himself out of there. And then he has his legs that are like little dolphin legs because he can't, they're in a swaddle, so they're like bound together.
Yeah. And listen, don't judge me, but I appreciate when he's struggling. And there are times where she's like, should we just let his arms out? I'm like,
I'm such a
no.
softie.
I was like, let him struggle a little bit.
But he's 2 months old.
A little bit. He needs to learn that struggle, like when you fight through and he gets those arms out.
It's so gratifying.
Right? That's the part of it. And
Should
whatever your mountain is, whatever your struggle is, like, just pick that. Choose something.
But please put in the comments if you're team mom or team dad with this whole letting his arms out. All right, are we done?
I think we're done.
I think we're done. So
I think
really
we need
quick,
to eat.
we've dinner in the oven that we need to eat. Really quick, there is not going to be a video. This is our video for this week because I had some issues with my laptop died, but how did I get a new laptop?
Apple. Apple's great.
But Adam.
So we have a new laptop at home.
So we have a new laptop. So I'm learning a whole new video editing software. So it's going to take a minute for me to figure it out.
And teach me.
And teach you. But we'll learn together. You teach me tons of stuff. I called him the other day on, what was it?
That was a very gratifying experience.
Because something you didn't bring home from prison were technical skills.
Yes.
But you picked them up in like a heartbeat.
I've definitely had to learn all of that.
But what was that gratifying experience? I don't remember.
I don't even remember what it was, but you called to ask me something.
Oh, I do that all the time.
No, you don't. No, it was one of those things where she asked me point blank, like, how do you do this? And I was like,
Can you say that again so I can
really?
get it on videotape?
Yes.
Videotape, like what? 1984. All right, you guys, we love you so much. Go do some fun challenge for yourself right outside your comfort zone. Don't climb 3 mountains in under 2 hours unless your name is Adam Clausen.
But if you want to climb a mountain and you're coming to Vegas,
Yeah.
we'll do that with
By
you.
then, well, I don't want to say by then, but CJ will climb with us.
We will do that with you. I ran into one of my favorite people today.
Yeah.
She had her son strapped to her chest.
She makes me look like a big person.
She's
She's this
unbelievable.
teeny tiny, amazing, energetic woman. And how big is the baby?
The baby's getting big.
He's like
Baby's,
2, right?
He's
2 or 3?
not so small anymore.
Straps him right on?
I was still chasing her up the mountain.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. We love you so much.
No, that was it. We love you guys, and we want the best for you. And,
We do.
yeah.
We'll see you on the next one.
We'll see you soon.